Welcome back, everyone. This is and this is I Played a Thing, Hell, a cyberpunk thriller. And yes, I did miss another week, but I actually have a very good excuse this time. I was in a car accident. I am pleased to report that I am uninjured except for a purple dude boob. The car was only mildly injured. No one else was involved, so everything's pretty much cool at this point. Nevertheless, I don't recommend it. Anyway, last time, we finished up pretty much with Gang Alley here. We'll still have to help out Langwo, but we're always willing to help out Langwo. And Chastity Bene was killed, and absolutely none of our protagonist team, including Chastity's mother, who is traveling with us, had anything to say about it or any reaction whatsoever. Our heroes, folks. Well, anyway, having rescued some folks in Sanguinarius' hell pit, those, various Army, Navy, and Air Force type folks, we are now able to go to the Pentagon reception area. That seems like a worthy stop. You know, two wanted felons, where's safer to go than the Pentagon reception area? Let's check it out. Oh, also, while we were in Gang Alley, we also learned that Brian Avery most likely has no relevance whatsoever to our case, so that was a very good use of our time all around. Alright, so Pentagon reception area seems fairly straightforward. Let's take a look at the environs.
Ever since the Joint Chiefs of Staff were sent to hell, the Pentagon lobby hasn't been quite the bustling place it used to be. And a lot of the traffic it does get is dragged through, across the floor and on through the airlock doors. Traffic has been further lessened by the fact that these people rarely come back out.
Well, that's a pleasant thought. What about the,
Ever since the Joint Chiefs...
Oh, nothing new there. What about the receptionist here?
Without a side view, you'd never guess that the person sitting behind the reception desk is actually part of the reception desk. Usually they're genderless, but this one is apparently a custom model.
Oh, okay. Hello, robot lady.
Say, I like the cut of your jib. What say you ditch the dame and you and I go ashore?
Well, if you're part of the desk, you probably have no lower body, and therefore... Well, let's not think about that too much.
I don't believe this. The last one to program her must have been a sailor.
Admiral.
He must have been at sea a long time. Let me adjust her. Idiom change. Receptionist. Mature professional. Non-military.
How may I direct you?
You may recall that one of the folks we rescued from Sanguinarius was General Mangini. So, it might be good to have friends in high places. Maybe he can help us out. Now that we've set our destination, we can go to the moving walkway here and on through the door. Except that doesn't want to happen. Let's just try walking onto the conveyor belt. Get in. Do it properly. No, I don't want your inventory. Good job, Gideon. Ye gods, that's a hell of an office decor you got there, Mangini. That's not General Mangini. Well, we'll look around first and then, see what our old buddy Sanguinarius has to say.
The palatial office of the former Army Chief of Staff looks big enough to muster the troops. The paintings of various world capitals look fitting, but the tapestry behind the desk looks like the flag of some other, darker force. Clearly a demon who revels in his uniform, which is the proverbial full metal jacket and then some.
Yeah, it's the same description for Sanguinarius we got before, and it's still completely inaccurate. But never mind that. What are you doing here, and what have you done with the General?
Wait a minute. We nuked you. I saw you. We were...
What the hell's going on?
I was playing with you. Why, you were in hell, man. How do you think you get to hell? You got to be dead in the first place.
You may notice that Sanguinarius' voice is completely different when we encounter him here. I'm not sure if that's a continuity error or just a reflection of him playing soldier a little more thoroughly. He does kind of have that, military stereotype sound to him here. I suppose it's fitting anyway.
Something's fishy here.
Of course it is. But you're barking up the wrong tree. Pazuzu's the one you ought to be watching out for. He sent you to me, didn't he? He sent you to find out where I get my weaponry. And how did Pazuzu get you to approach me? That's simple. He has something you want. But do you actually think he's going to give it to you just because he said he would? So I tell you again, you are on the wrong side. No, the long and the short of it is this. If you want to get something out of Pazuzu, you're going to have something on him.
Well, he seems a little more pleasantly conversational this time, also. And, I gotta admit he has a point. Even after we helped out Mr. Beautiful, he didn't seem too anxious to do anything for us in return. Maybe playing double agent wouldn't be an entirely bad idea.
I suppose you're gonna make us fight you again before you give us something on him.
Much as I like you, lady, it's unnecessary. How strong are your allegiances to him?
They're non-existent.
I thought as much. You two are talented, but you're no more than mercenaries. In any case, what you probably don't know about Pazuzu is that he likes to play mobster. His biggest service to the mob is that he maintains a hell pit where the mob can hide hostages and stolen goods.
Hostages?
That's when warring mobs agree to parlay and each give a hostage to Pazuzu to ensure good faith negotiations. He's got a couple right now, as a matter of fact. He's also got a kidnapped victim the mob's holding for ransom. Crystal Getty, heir to the limitless Getty fortune. If anything were to happen to her, like if she were to escape, Pazuzu would be in hot water with the mob.
Yeah, putting a little pressure on Mr. Beautiful might be to our benefit. And also, Crystal Getty being held hostage in hell. That just doesn't seem like something we should just let go. Sanguinarius is making a pretty damn good case here.
Useful information, if we know where this hell pit is.
Well, son, I've been thinking of sending you two back to hell in return for you freeing that disgrace to the uniform, Mangini. Only thing is, this time you'll be prepared. Till we meet on the battlefield once more. Are you ready to go to hell?
Well, no rush.
What are you waiting for, soldiers? The enemy is before us, and our mission clear. Are you ready to go to hell?
Well, I really just said no there for the extra little nugget of dialogue, as I often do. We are, in fact, quite prepared.
Now then, are you ready to do your duty? Are you ready to go to hell?
Are you ready to go to hell? Are you ready to go to hell? Are you ready to go to hell? Are you ready to get up on the Hydra's back? Are you ready to feel the heat?
To Hades, then! Attack!
And when we arrive this time, we are automatically entered into a conversation.
Hey, what do you want from me? I got a card game here.
Beautiful's not around, is he?
Yeah, he's over there taking an acid bath. Who you guys supposed to be? This is a hell of a place to be taking a stroll. That's a good one.
The jokes you practice mark you funny, but I'm tired of wit and want your money. Do your deed and make the pot less scanty. Shut your mouth and up the ante.
All right, there you go. We're all in.
I recognize this guy, Gid. That's Delmonico Ferlinghetti. He's a capo in the Ciccio family.
Yeah, you're right. And the other guy's Carlos Portillo with the Colombians. Italians, Colombians, and the Apache Sioux fusion have been shooting holes in each other for years. Savage turf wars over empathics trading. I take it these two are willing visitors to this charming pit.
I'll go 50.
I'll see it. That's right. My good friend Delmonico and I are voluntary hostages. Our two organizations are trying to work out our differences. Live in peace.
Bold openings. Your cards must be nifty, but talk is cheap. I'll raise you 50. I stare right through your poker faces. Up my sleeve, I'm 50 aces.
Yeah, peaceful coexistence. There's your 50, here's another, you scaly little bastard.
Madre Dios, no offense, Chemo, but it's too hot for me. I'm out. I can't figure these empathics. Men paying to cry like little girls or to be frightened out of their wits. What happened to simpler pleasures?
Help me! Do something!
That would be Crystal Getty. Apparently, they're not keeping her in very comfortable conditions. Can't say as I'm terribly surprised.
Keep her quiet, Chamo. I'm trying to think about my cards here.
Quiet your pleas or make me nasty. I'll rip your heart with angioplasty. My cigar burns bright and left the pace. Brighter still, jammed in your face. As for you, my wagering Italiano, hold your seat, hit the Italiano. I see your bet, and what's more, stand tall. The plot's afoot, I beck, I call.
3 jacks, Chamo.
Well, a worthy hand. The table is hush. But 3 jacks don't beat my royal flush. Delta flush. Do I lie and sell? Don't get the deal. The debt's from hell.
Lousy cheating demon. This waiting around wouldn't be so bad if you let us win a few hands.
Well, alright then. We've had a swift introduction to 4 new characters. Here we have Delmonico Ferlinghetti, Carlos Portillo, and Chamo the Demon, and over there is Crystal Getty. So this is Mr. Beautiful's Hell Pit. Let's take our customary look around.
Although most of the hostages of this hell pit are temporary, the various accoutrements of the room, the cauldrons of scalding liquid, the compression tower with limbs sticking out, suggest tortures beyond the imagination.
Compression tower, huh? That is an unfamiliar one to me, but, you know, with the limbs sticking out, if it works the way the name suggests it does, that's pretty messed up. Alright, what have we got over here?
A big iron lid made to fit over a smaller vat than those in Beautiful's hell pit.
Well, it's a loose object. Don't know what we're ever gonna need a big iron lid for, but I can guarantee we're gonna need it for something. Speaking of items, if I check my inventory, you will see that we have all the weapons from Sanguinarius' hell pit, and all our various other things. Your inventory does always remain the same in hell. You can't take things from here into the real world and vice versa, but your separate inventories do remain intact in each location. And if I zoom in here on the table, there's another loose item.
A large metal beer stein.
That's handy. Actually, we can make that a little more handy still. First, let me take a look over here.
A large vat containing highly potent acids. Noxious poisonous fumes rise from the vats.
Well, I really can't think of any better idea than carrying around a very potent acid in an open-topped container.
This large stein of beer seems a bit frothier than usual, what with the acid that's been added to it.
Well, you know, just in case we get thirsty.
A young woman's eyes bulge in pain as the garrote stretches the vertebrae in her neck to the breaking point.
Ew. Yeah, that seems a little inhospitable. How you holding up, Crystal?
Help me! Do something!
Don't worry, we'll get you out.
You don't understand. My neck will break and then heal again, over and over.
If anyone gets their neck broken, it'll be Beautiful. I thought hell was supposed to punish sinners. What did she do wrong? I can't believe the hand knows what Beautiful's doing.
We can't get them back, but we can damn well stop them from sending anybody else here.
Well, we'll be doing something to kind of help out Crystal's predicament in a moment, but first of all, let's have a chat with the rest of the inhabitants here.
A rough, older Italian man, stripped to his undershirt, plays cards with a second man and a small demon. Other than heavy sweats, he seems comfortable.
Hey, Delmonico. Hot enough for you?
Come on, deal the cards.
Not much to say there.
A dour old man plays cards with another man and a small demon. Unlike the other man who seems to be enjoying himself, Portillo wears a pained expression.
Oh, that's interesting that he's supposed to be old. He doesn't really look it in his character model. Where the hell are you going, Gideon?
A poker game in hell. Watch yourself. The demon's dealing from the bottom.
Of course he is. Everyone cheats down here.
Prepare your bets. Chance is the law. The name of this game is five-card draw. All are equal when the game begins, but screw integrity. The cheater wins.
You've done this before, then?
Too many times. We've been trying to make peace with the Italians for a long time. Every few months, there are new negotiations. Then somebody pops someone, and we fight. Then more negotiations, and Delmonico and I sit here and play cards so that everyone stays honest upstairs. But I won't do this again. This is the last time we play cards, Delmonico. Look at him. That soulless guinea button man's at home in this place. Me, I can't take this. Look at what they're doing to that poor girl over there. Just to be, when you kidnap somebody, they were like your guest. But today, it's all brutality. And this Pazuzu, it pushes everyone to be vicious, to torture people.
They seem to be treating you pretty well, except that Chamo's winning all the hands. You're not being tortured, at least.
Not tortured, but not at ease. They feed us whenever we ask, but I'm always hungry. I drink gallons of wine and water, yet I'm always thirsty. I have recurring images of my wife crying in pain on her deathbed. Even breathing hurts. It's like my lungs were lined with cinders. I tell you, one doesn't have to be garroted to be tortured.
Oh, I guess the situation down here sucks all around. What about you, Chamo? You don't seem uncomfortable.
A short cigar-smoking demon sits on a bone-stuffed pillow and deals. A thin sheen of fire plays over the surface of his scaly skin. He draws hard on the cigar, but exhales no smoke. He has a disturbing minty odor.
You know, they didn't actually bother to model that fire playing across his skin, or his cigar for that matter. Too much trouble, I suppose. Ah well, let's see what he has to say.
You leave your home and daily bread to traverse this land of woe and dread. You tread on ground that angels fear. How brave, how bold, what brings you here?
We're, jobbers from Mr. Beautiful. He's got us running aphrodisiacs from Dis to DC and asked us to look in on these two.
They are, you see, full of zeal and zest. Unlike most others, they're each hell's guest. Ah, Pazuzu, a hearty hail fellow. He should see them himself, or is he yellow?
What are you doing to that woman, you little scuzz? You're gonna break her neck with that Garrett. Beautiful's holding her for ransom. I don't think the Gettys will pay for her dead.
Pazuzu's orders were vague and few. Bind her tight, all else may I do. Her eyes will weep, her blood will spill. She'll suffer daily till I've had my fill. With the garrote my skills past reproach. To hard tendon and bone I need no coach. Should I misjudge, should her neck crack, pains forever in hell, it'll just heal back.
You're an asshole, Chamo. I think I've had just about enough of this. You may recall, in Sanguinarius' arsenal, we picked up a nifty hell sword. And I do believe that should be sufficient to undo a little conventional restraint here.
Getty's freed? What perfidy is this? I'll have her bound in the dungeon of this. Tancoats, you don't work for the boss? Surrender the girl, or your lives are your loss.
You come over here and try to put me back in that thing. I'll dunk you in one of those acid vats, you little shit.
Remember where you are, Crystal. Cut your losses and run.
And by run, we mean turn into another of those highly polished wooden skeletons and float away. And with that, we are automatically returned to the real world. Well, okay then. Sanguinarius seems to have departed before our return, but I guess that probably made him happy. And we got a lid and a beer mug full of acid, so yay for that, I suppose. Alright, that's about all we can do in the Pentagon for now. Okay. Do we have to leave the room? Oh, here's the exit. Sometimes the game is like that. If you're not at the exact room where you came in, you have to go back out before you can return to the DC map and choose a new destination. Alright. Now let's go somewhere else. Oh, I don't think I ever thought to mention before, there actually was a console version of this game. It was also released on the ill-fated 3DO. Don't know if there are any significant differences between the DOS version and the 3DO version. I should probably look that up sometime. Let's see. Where else can we go? Ah, Aldus Xenon's Loft. You may recall that we were referred to Aldus Xenon as a leader in the Citizens Freedom Front. I think it was Dante who mentioned that. Well, you know, if we're going to be trying to get inside information on the government, then a resistance movement might have some valuable data for us. Well, let's see if Mr. Xenon is feeling cooperative. That's a nice mural there. Oh, and it seems we're automatically being entered into conversation with Mr. Xenon.
Hold it right there. Don't move. Okay, you can come in now.
What was that all about?
He was scanning us. The scanner had a motion stabilizer on it too. Move and it stabilizes you. Stabilizes you as in poof.
That's not stabilizing.
Very good. How did you know? You couldn't find those scanners if you reduced this place to toothpicks.
I don't know. To tell you the truth, it just came to me. Weird. I guess it's just something I picked up somewhere. Anyway, I take it Dante told you we were coming?
Yes. You'll have to forgive the scanner check. Standard precautions. Anyway, actually, when Dante mentioned you, I asked him to send you. I thought a couple of renegade arc agents could prove useful. Arc agent. You ever notice how much that sounds like Archangel?
Gotta say, I like the way his cigarette appears to be part of the same model with the smoke coming out of it. When he lowers it, the smoke just kind of follows along with it. 90s CG.
Can't say that I have.
Dante seemed to think you could help us.
Oh, there's no doubt we could help you. The question is, are you going to help us?
You said yourself a couple former ARC agents would come in handy. We can help out. Some.
Some's not enough, my dear. You think the Resistance is staffed by part-timers working their way through school? Don't tell me you can help some.
You know, I think Aldus is actually a decently written character. He's kind of a dick, but then most revolutionary types are.
Take it easy, pal. Rachel just has a little trouble with the concept of total war against somebody we just quit working for. Somebody we gave heart and soul to.
Well, there's more to it than Solix, but cutting off the leader of a rotten system should help considerably. Snakes rarely regrow heads.
What are you talking about?
You still want in? It's got to be more than shelter in a storm. You've got to help us. I've got an assignment that only someone with a background like yours could pull off. It would involve swooping down and leveling a mortal blow against your former employer, the hand of God itself.
All right, I'm in. I guess I just can't find any more excuses for Solux.
Well, that is quite a 180 from the initial attitude that Rachel and Gideon had to this whole thing about, just trying to figure out what went wrong and clear their names. Now they're apparently buying into Grace Jones' assassination attempt.
That's because there are none. Which is why your assignment is to kill the Imperator.
What are you, out of your friggin' mind? Solix has so much security around it's suicide to even think about it. Shit, they probably could kill you for thinking about it. Solix probably has psionic bodyguards.
3 of them, to be precise. A reconnaissance that cost us the lives of 2 freedom fighters. We've even heard they've developed something called a resonator shield. Supposedly, Solix wears a device that is programmed to recognize the vibrations of various grades of bullets. In flight. The rifling of the bullets apparently slices through the air with a detectable resonance. The device emits an aura that matches the vibrations, thereby disrupting the flight, slowing up the bullets so much they literally bounce off the wearer. In any case, true or not, that kind of personal security is why we're not going after Solix.
Wait a minute. I thought you said...
We're going after Solix's car.
The Selena Zine? Come on, it's gotta have security every bit as tight as the protection around Solix. And even if you got through to it, wouldn't they scan it for every type of demo device imaginable?
They've put most of their effort into guarding the building the car is in. They figure if the compound is secure, the contents are secure. But there's a lot of business in and out of that building. Getting past the initial security shouldn't be impossible. From there, you've just got a team of 24-hour mechanics to outwit. As for the device, take a look. It's a homing mechanism, not a bomb. The bomb comes later, when the car is in motion and occupied.
Still, they'll detect it right away, even if it is a tiny little thing. They'll find it long before Solix gets anywhere near.
Look again. This thing has an anti-scanning shield on it that cost us dearly. The final mechanism contains no demolitions, and it emits no radio waves. It's virtually undetectable.
So, how does it work?
It simply hums in response to engine vibration. That means we can use a resonance impactor, a smart bomb that homes in on the particular frequency of this little hummer.
Well, I suppose it wouldn't be the first time that the head of the United States was brought low by a little hummer.
Wow, what a great deal! All we have to do is go out and get ourselves killed for the resistance. Actually, probably tortured, then killed. And in return, you'll what?
What'd you expect? You think you could just sit around our various safe houses and twiddle your thumbs? You want to be safe and secure, you've got to help us topple the androgyne. No one will ever really be safe as long as the Hand rules America.
He's right, Rach. Besides, we owe the old girl, guy, whatever. Hell, you know, we kill Solix, they might finally find out what sex that character is.
Gideon, that's very problematic of you. How dare you question the gender identity of a proud cyborg of color like Cyber Grace Jones? Check your privilege.
Oh, there's a good reason to do it.
For whatever it's worth, you survive, and I'll bring you to Senator Burr, the leader of the resistance. Killing Solix has been my main orientation for years. It won't be the end of the struggle, but it will be the beginning of the end. It'll bring us that much closer to freedom, and it will rejuvenate the entire movement. Good luck, archangels.
Give me the device, Xenon.
It's right over there. And you know where the Selene is, the garage at the Pentagon. Good luck.
Well, fair enough. Now that we aren't automatically locked into starting a conversation, we can take a look around, as is our custom.
It looks like just another messy warehouse loft, but lofts are often where society's outsiders take up residence, and where art and revolution is often made.
Okay, that's the first time I've ever heard that about lofts in general, but if you say so, narrator.
A lean man with a distracted look to him. Either he's been reading a book of poetry all day, or he's lost in thought on how to kill somebody.
Or both.
Known as a Hummer, this small handheld homing device is made especially for use on automobiles.
Alright, let's get Getty in a Hummer. Got anything else to learn from Mr. Xenon here?
You've already got it, and you know where the Selene is, the garage at the Pentagon. Good luck.
Okay, nothing more of value from Mr. Xenon. So it looks like we're heading right back to the Pentagon. Fair enough. Oh, and it's in a separate area, so we don't have to fiddle around with the receptionist again. Well, that's convenient.
It looks like a typical garage office, if you overlook the fact that the occupants aren't mechanics, but security people.
Now, this gentleman at the front desk is probably going to know where we would find Solix's car.
The garage dispatcher, a surly slob, is on the paging system, dispatching government vehicles to locations throughout the capital.
Yeah? You from the Polar Sausage place down the street? Think you guys take long enough to deliver a couple of lousy sandwiches? We're starving down here. Garage 16. We need an XF 5700 limo down at the Watergate. Pronto. Over.
Well, at least his cigar smoke is modeled a little better than Aldus's cigarette smoke.
No, we're here on official business.
I see you've already been snooping around the place. Sector 7, do you have a hover van serviced and ready? Over. Listen, what's your business here?
Well, we have quite a few options here. I guess we'll just wander through them.
Yeah. We've got some parts out in the truck. We're with Shank Tools.
Sorry, ain't nothing from Shank's schedule. You'll need to file bills of transit, receipt, and lading, and triplicate and initial customs, decontamination, and tariff affidavits, in addition to submitting the shipment and vehicle to molecular scans. The real pain in the prostate. Why don't you come back on someone else's ship? Sorry, this crew only works on vehicles. If you're busted, that's your problem. This ain't payday, and it ain't no charity ward, so don't be looking for handouts.
Well, that's interesting. A complete mismatch between the voice and the subtitles there. I do have to say the spoken dialogue is much more appropriate for the character. Well, we've got one more option to try.
Listen, I've dealt with you guys before. I don't have time for all your bureaucratic bullshit. If you know who you're looking for, I'll page him for you.
Shit. Think fast, Gideon.
We got no one here with that name. See for yourself. Listen, if you're gonna come in here and bust my balls, at least know what you're after.
Darn it. I guess we can't get anywhere with him right now. How about this fellow over here?
A large guard seems more interested in the bucket of barbecued ribs he holds than in performing his duty.
Wait a minute. Bucket of barbecued ribs? I'm less concerned with his duties than where the hell he found a place that serves ribs in a bucket, separated and pre-sauced. Is that a future thing? If so, it makes me weep that I probably won't live to see 2095.
Hold on. Be with you in a second. Oh, these ribs. I love these ribs. They rip up my stomach, but I love them. Let me just wipe my hands here. Don't want to get sauce all over your papers. Now then, what can I do for you?
First of all, are you just throwing those on the floor after you take one bite out of them? Second, where did you find a place that serves separated pre-sauced ribs in a bucket?
Parts delivery. Got a truck idling on front with a load of axles and exhaust systems. Where do you want them?
Never mind that, Gideon. I want to know about the ribs. Get your priorities in order.
Parts? What? Axles? I don't know no axles. You gotta have a level 4 pass to get in here. And I don't care if you're bringing me axles or 30 pounds of ribs. Let me see your pass if you got one.
Huh. Level 4 pass, is it? Now, what was that we found in Sophia Bene's inventory earlier on?
This template will allow you to make an official quality level 4 pass.
Well, isn't that convenient? Sorry about your daughter, Sophia. How about you, write us up a pass? Bingo bango.
That was easy enough. You gave me a pass, and now you can pass.
Alright. I'd still rather know about the ribs. Now, this appears to be the actual carport at the Pentagon garage building.
It's an awfully spacious garage for just 3 cars. The Solinazine and 2 of Solux's weekend sports cars.
I gotta say, there's some pretty stodgy looking sports cars. The Solinazine's interesting, though.
The Solinozine, Soline Solux's official limo.
How about you, ma'am?
A mechanic is at work under the hood of the Imperator's parade vehicle.
Yeah, what's up? I got my hands full of vacuum tubes here.
Wait, what are vacuum tubes doing in a car in 2095? Wouldn't that be just a bit outdated, technologically speaking? I'm probably thinking about this too hard.
We're artificial reality containment. Got a report on someone down here using a VR emissions unit.
Alright, I call bullshit. What use would a VR emissions unit be? Just, you know, alter reality so you think there's no smoke coming out? So you can pretend you're not choking?
Are you kidding? What do I look like? Someone who's looking to get set up with the Prince of Darkness or what? Listen, I don't mess with nothing that's not regulation. I'm strictly by the book here. I got my hands full just keeping this thing running.
What are you doing, by the way? You look like you're rubbing a stick of chalk against the hood.
Well, we just want to take a look. It'll just take a second, really.
Listen, I've taken this thing apart and rebuilt it more times than I care to remember. What would I need with unauthorized tech to cut corners? I know what I'm doing.
Well, I suppose we really can't accomplish anything along the lines of fiddling with the limo with the mechanic there keeping a watchful eye over everything. Aha! Unfortunately, there's no cursor here, so we can't steal the banana or the sandwich. But I suppose seeing her name written on it is helpful enough. Joe Boyle, eh? And now we've got someone to page. Alright, just gotta find the exit so I can get back out to the dispatch area.
So what are you here for? Just to wander around the joint? Listen, I've dealt with you guys before. I don't have time for all your bureaucratic bullshit. If you know who you're looking for, I'll page him for you.
And this time we actually do know who we're looking for.
Let's check the roster here. Name doesn't ring a bell.
Check again, old man. You know, a blot on your record for uncooperative behavior with the Bureau doesn't fare well when, say, you're in need of a government service.
So I'm dealing with a couple of ballbusters here. Fine. Joe Boyle, get your ass to the dispatcher's office. Over. Now, if you don't mind, I work for a living.
Don't mind at all, sir. That was just what we needed. There's also one other thing we can do in here.
For all the techno advancements of 2095, they still haven't found a better way to get at the underbelly of a motor vehicle than a platform on 4 little wheels.
Oh, you never know when we might need a poorly balanced longboard. Now that that's all taken care of, we're all primed and ready to give Solene Solex a Hummer.
Okay, the homing device is planted. Let's get the hell out of here.
Good idea, Gideon. And I'm sure Aldus will be pleased to know that we've accomplished our mission. Where was that again? Here we go. Hey, Al, guess what we did?
Incredible job, man. We'll have to wait and see if the device works, but you've gotten it hidden on the Selenazine. In the meantime, it's time for you to meet Senator Burr. You're one of us now. Go to the British Embassy. It's in DuPont Circle.
Cool. We have officially been invited into the Citizens Freedom Front, and we get to meet a senator. And to visit the British Embassy. It'll be like a touring vacation. But before we do that, we've also got some backstory gathering and side questing to do. But that'll all be for next time. I think we've done about enough for one day. Thank you, as always, for watching, and until next time, I remain Un. Take care, folks.